They run red lights. We've caught them speeding.
It's going 45.
And parking illegally again and again.
So I see you guys are still parking illegally, huh?
But no matter how many times we confront them, photo radar vans continue to break the law to enforce the law.
Our microphone is stuck in your window there, sir.
And seem to think they can disregard our questions.
Did you want to say anything about parking illegally?
So how would you like to disregard your photo radar ticket? Criminal defense attorney Gary Perosco has a history of fighting photo radar. He says the number one way to get out of a photo radar ticket? Don't pay the notice that arrives in the mail. That's right, the notice may look official, even downright threatening. But according to this Colorado state statute, photo radar tickets are not valid or legally binding unless it's personally served. That means handed to you.
Personal service doesn't include being mailed a copy. It means actually being handed a copy.
Perosco says the city only has 90 days to personally serve your citation.
If they can't hand it to someone within those 90 days, the ticket has to be dismissed and can never be filed again.
To avoid being served, Perosco recommends you don't answer your door to strangers.
That's your legal right to do that.
And if you live in a different jurisdiction than where you got your ticket, Perosco says you're even less likely to get personally served. And here's something else you should know. Photo radar enforcers can't give you a ticket if you're driving 25 miles per hour or more over the posted limit. That's because driving that fast is a criminal offense and the ticket has to come from a police officer. So if you really speed by those vans... But to be clear, we don't recommend speeding. According to the Denver Police Department, the total revenue collected from the photo radar program in 2010 was over $3.6 million. The city spent just over $36,000 to personally serve those tickets. Perosco says the numbers show an overwhelming majority of drivers are paying the mailed notices, even though they're not required to.
There's not a disclaimer on those notices that say you don't have to respond to this.
We sent the Denver Police Department a list of questions, including, if the statute says drivers have to be physically served a photo radar ticket, why should they pay the ones they receive in the mail? DPD did not answer those questions, but sent us a statement which says, in part, the purpose of photo radar is to reduce speeds, especially in safety zones, such as school zones.
Essentially, they're hoping that people are just sheep.
Still, Perosco says if you don't like the photo vans, there is something you can do about it. He says the photo radar program would stop in a flash if it started costing the city too much to collect.
People believe that it's a legal process and that they would get in trouble if they didn't respond, and that's not the case.
Heidi Hemmett, KWGN News.